Hello and welcome back, my astrology explorers. We're back with another monthly astrology horoscope for all of my astrology exploring friends following and liking and subscribing. We are going to explore June 2022 transits and individual horoscopes for each sign. And this month is going to be really a month of recovering from the Mercury retrograde and getting more serious with a lot of that strong Saturn retrograde energy beginning in the month. And of course, we're going to fall into flirtation with all of the fun Venus and Gemini energy. But overall, this month is going to start a little bit more serious and grow into a more deeply emotional, watery energy as we hit into the Cancer season. And we will definitely need to ride the wave. But of course, I want to remind everybody to please like and subscribe and to join us and join this community where we learn all about astrology monthly. I am your host, Stella, and this is Bella Star Astrology, where we post monthly horoscopes as well as educational videos on astrology. And of course, I want to remind everybody that if you yourself are interested in your own astrology reading, Bella Star Astrology has a wonderful page where you can go and sign up for your reading. The link is in the description. We do astrology readings for those of you who would like natal chart readings, who would like solar return readings, as well as readings for your Saturn return. Those are my personal favorite. I love to help people navigate their Saturn returns. And my second favorite, of course, is love readings. If you'd like to know how you can improve your love life or the synastry between you and your significant other, those readings are also available. Please go to the link in the description if you would like a reading today. Which brings us to the first transit we're going to review, which is Mercury going direct in Taurus. This will happen on June 3rd, 2022, finally bringing some alleviation to all of the craziness that has been going on as we've been gaining momentum in our plans before the retrograde happened. And all of a sudden, we had to take a break and just really decide what was the most important thing, what were the most important things about your plan, and what issues are you seeing? Because a lot of things go on with Gemini as it gets very distracted. What distractions did you see that you needed to sort out? And now that it's going direct in Taurus, we're going to get the opportunity to recommit ourselves, to get a second wind on the decisions that we had made earlier this year. And most importantly, to take a look at what we've built so far and fix the little issues that we've seen during the retrograde. And how have you made progress? Now it's really the time for us to re-up on our plan and execute on what we're creating, and really make a successful plan. Next, we have Saturn going retrograde in Aquarius starting on June 4th, 2022. And this is where I talked about that serious element. Saturn going retrograde brings all of the power of Saturn to the 10th degree. It's going to be 4-month transit, limiting our social achievements, our interactions, really focusing on ourselves internally, as opposed to the external validation that a lot of things happen to be in our time. Saturn is going to be even more powerful. It's going to be even more palatable. We're going to feel it in the way that we're taking on the plans that we've already laid out. As I said before, during the Mercury direct in Taurus, it's going to take those plans. It's going to say, are you serious? What are we going to do with it? And especially in Aquarius, how are you affecting your society? How are you affecting your friendships? How are the things that you're doing improving the way that you're living your life? If they aren't, then Saturn is here to disrupt. And this retrograde is going to be a deep look at our social circles. It's going to influence, or rather, who is influencing us in those social circles. Do they have good intentions? Can we work on healing ourselves so that we can improve the quality of people that we have around us, or improve the lives of the people we have around us? Truly, are the dreams, are the plans, are the greater experiment of your life, the things that you are here to live for and bring fruit to, are they in alignment with what you want? And that's all that Saturn wants to bring us in retrograde: alignment. Ask us, what is it that we really truly want? And hopefully you guys will be able to figure out by the end of the retrograde and not get distracted by all the hardships that Saturn can throw at you. They're here for a reason. Pay attention to the setbacks because it might be a great time to redirect your energy towards something that you're actually in alignment with. So good luck. Then Mercury enters Gemini on June 13th, 2022. And really, this is Mercury's most powerful position. It's in its own sign. It's going to boost our mood. It's going to create more joy in our lives. And really, what we see is what we can manifest. Because that's really the greatest talent of Gemini, is getting us to move towards what we want and the energy and excitement of what we want as well. So it's a really good time to enjoy your life, enjoy, Mercury being in its own sign so you can boost your social life as well as make new connections with new people. Just be careful with the opposite effects of Mercury, which is you might have too many opportunities to socialize. You might have too many options for new people that are coming into your life. You might be overwhelmed with the amount of things and people and places that you really want to see and do and be. And it can be like, oh, what a sad me. I can't do everything. But you might end up disappointing a person that you really didn't want to because of the energy of Mercury and Gemini. Or you might end up being at the wrong place at the wrong time because you accepted an opportunity that maybe was not in alignment with what you wanted in your life. So be choosy when Mercury is in its own sign because every opportunity can open up, but you get to walk through the door. You get to make the decision about what is right for you. So good luck with this transit. So congrats to all the graduates of this 2022 year. Full moon in Sagittarius happening on June 14th, 2022 marks the end of study for many people, at least in the northern hemisphere, who are experiencing their schooling. This brings to mind the objectives of the full moon in Sagittarius, which is all about completing your course study, learning or reflecting on the learning that you've made, exploring or traveling thanks to all that you have worked on, and really enjoying what you have learned. Take in what you have learned and think about how you are going to enjoy it in the future. Be grateful. Do things in gratitude, since Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and gratitude really expands that Sagittarius energy. And most importantly, making sure that now that you've completed your study, you are reflecting on how you can use it. Although it is not a Gemini new moon that is coming, this Sagittarius full moon really marks the end of one journey and sort of the beginning of your next phase. So enjoy this time, enjoy your time as a graduate. And if you had travel plans, this is a great time to go out, to enjoy them. Many of you may already be on your trips or be going on your trips. Congratulations to you as well. And most importantly, completing your study does not mean the end of the journey. The Sagittarius full moon is just the beginning for many of you who will be going on to your next phase. So enjoy this time while it lasts. And then the sun moves into a sign that it's not so comfortable in because, as we know, fire and water make steam. The sun rolls into Cancer on June 21st, 2021. It's a really good time to focus on your home, on your family, make commitments to them, make plans for the summer with them, as well as looking at those connections that maybe you've lost. It's a great time to rebuild them. It's a great time to talk and connect with people that are part of your family, maybe that you've chosen, that you call friends that are a part of your chosen family. It's also a great time for creativity when it comes to the things around your home, whether you're redecorating or maybe you're thinking of starting a TikTok channel about your home and redecorating and organizing, or maybe there's some sort of relationship that you're trying to evolve or create more closeness in. Good time to do that as well. really enjoy your time, find new ways to improve your relationships, to connect with those that are a part of your family. And most importantly, as this transit is happening, don't forget that it's also time to enjoy slowing down, to enjoy taking a breath, to luxuriate in the home you've already built. Maybe you don't need to redecorate, but maybe you should spend a little bit more time at home with your family. Take a breath, take a break. A lot of people are going into their summer vacation and breaks. Plan that out. Plan out what you'd like to see. And it is the summer solstice. So if there's a ritual or a practice that you do to really connect yourself with the earth during this time, whether that's going out into your garden and planting new roses, new plants that you'd like to have, go out there, enjoy nature, enjoy this time and the longest day of the year. Then it's finally geek season, as I call it. Venus moves into Gemini. And really, the intellectual, the intelligence, the more, let's say, talkative aspects of our personality become more attractive to those around us, as well as looking at those who are more intelligent for guidance and advice. This is a great time to have deep intellectual conversations, or really with Gemini, it might not be so deep. It might feel deeper than it is. But you'll go much farther in your acts and gestures if you really focus on how you are serving others, and how you are communicating with others in the way that you are loving. Most importantly, looking at how your love interests in the current moment are communicating with each other now. So, how are you and your husband? How are you and your lover? How are you and your boyfriend, girlfriend, etc., wife? Really looking at the ways that you communicate. It's a great time to improve it, as Venus will bring a loving energy into that aspect of our lives. It's also a great way for you to challenge each other intellectually, whether you have a game or puzzles that you like to play. I have a few that I can recommend as well that are great for getting conversations out, great games for you to enjoy more intimacy in your conversations. And really, the more intimate the conversation is, the more flirtatious it is, the better during this time. So be very flirtatious with your significant other. Be very, lovey-dovey when it comes to that, but not so much physical, but definitely in the language that you're using. So enjoy this time for you and your loved one. So now that we're all up in all of these watery emotional energies, we're moving into Neptune retrograde in Pisces, which superpowers Neptune, which is already in its own sign in Pisces on June 28th, 2022. This is going to really push our psychic abilities to the next level. It's going to push us into overdrive, as it creates really just a lot of fear and doubt. And it's time to trust ourselves. That's the cure to this transit. That's the real guide for this transit. Once you learn to trust yourself, no matter what psychic openings are happening, no matter what fears are being tapped into, no matter how far your imagination is going with, the negative side, which is natural for human beings, this transit is the blessing of those who trust in themselves, those who trust their heart, those who can set those boundaries and limitations. The grace that we have, instead of Neptune being maybe in Aquarius as well, or Neptune being somewhere else, even though it's expanding our imagination, expanding our minds, we also have the grace of Saturn retrograde happening at the same time as Neptune retrograde, which means you'll also have the willpower to be able to hone in, or, hold back all the floodgates that Neptune can really open. Because as good as, flow and energy and excitement are, you want to make sure that you're not getting into this aspect, into this transit in a negative way, where it can really expand your fears, where it can really expand the things that are negative in your life, where it can really, set you back when it comes to your mental health or your mental psyche, and you're sort of, overwhelmed with the thoughts, and the haziness. Because again, Neptune is the planet of illusion. So there's a lot of illusion around it. Wait the time that it takes for this transit to pass, as you will have time to clarify everything, but don't jump on every single thought that comes to you during this time. Enjoy the positive aspects, which is more music, more beautiful music, which I'm sure we're already enjoying, because this year has been so great with Neptune and Pisces, with all the great music that's coming out. And then I would definitely say that there's going to be a lot of bands you didn't expect to come back to the surface because of this Neptune and Pisces transit. A lot of people and music that you didn't think was going to be possible, but they do. So enjoy those aspects. Maybe make your own music, make your own art, and really share it with the world, because what do you have to hold back? Neptune is all about bringing others into this illusion with you, into the art that you create, into the world that you're creating. So have fun with this transit. And finally, we have the new moon in Cancer. And as I said, lots of water at the end of the month, lots of watery energy. This is going to be deep feeling, deep emotion. Imagine now the sun and the moon being in Cancer. So our emotional life, as well as the illumination of the month, the illumination of this next 4 weeks, both spheres being there at the same time, really forcing us to look at the familial relationships we've built, the homes we've built, what we're trying to do. Maybe it's time to establish new projects. Maybe it's time to sit down and plan with your significant other or business partner how you'd like to move forward, what projects you'd like to see in terms of the homes and houses you've built. And most importantly, what projects you'd like to see your family endeavor into, whether it's deciding on what sort of family vacation trip to take together, or what exciting new moments you want to have. If you guys are planning on going to maybe an amusement park or something, this is such a great time to set those plans into motion, to let your family know your intentions, and also to decorate and to plan how you're going to decorate your home. And of course, if you're thinking about building a pool, maybe start looking into it. Start looking into all of the ways that you can improve the home around you. And of course, relax into this energy. Enjoy it. On June 28th, 2022, enjoy the moment that you're in, and luxuriate in this Cancer energy that really forces us to enjoy ourselves, to relax, to be at home within ourselves, and to look at our home as not just the place that we are living in, but the place that we've built to be happy in. So build that happiness with this wonderful new moon in Cancer. And we start with Aries, and the focus is on your home, and the communication with your partners is super important in your romantic life during this time, with the possible monetary gains from games or gambling, as well as distractions in love. This month could bring an end to the cycle of travel you've been going on, and bring a new beginning to your home life. Maybe saving or even buying a new home could be something that you plan for. Pay attention to your dreams and the messages you receive. With Neptune and Pisces, it becomes super important to at least write it down and have some sort of dream journal. And of course, the lessons this month center around who your true friends are and who is really there for you. So watch your back and see what secretive or maybe undercover messages are around you that you're not really aware of, or even the ideas that creep into your mind about your friendship, and you may be less trusting than you really think you are. So enjoy this time as the summer is beginning, but be careful around the illusions of your friendships and who is really there for you. For Taurus, the highlight this month is all around your finances and what possibilities you have as you evolve your thoughts around money and money matters. What sort of people are influencing you on what you spend? Most importantly, as you will be a money magnet and you can generate more income, you could also be a spending person. So end up spending a lot more than you desire to spend on things that might be frivolous ultimately. And as you are attracted to a lot of luxury items, be careful not to put your money where you think you're investing as opposed to where you feel it's an investment. Things might not be what they seem. The lessons this month could come around your career and maybe the hardships or setbacks that you're having around it, and what you'd like to see as a result of your efforts. All the money matters come into a head as you get more into the idea of what inheritances and what debts you will need to settle so that your new money energy will feel revitalized. And the new energy this month and the ideas that will be new in this month will circulate around how you're communicating with others, what you're doing well in your communication, and what you could improve. And so set some new goals as the new moon comes at the end of the month on how you can improve your connections and improve your communications with others, especially when it comes to extended family, neighbors, and even just acquaintances that you meet. And of course, be careful around your friendships and who may be around you, as there could be a little bit of a haziness with Neptune and Pisces around who you can trust and what types of friendships you are having. And for Gemini, the highlight this month is all around rejuvenating yourself and transitioning into what you value. In your life and your love, take advantage and get a makeover, both physically and in your attitude. Attract attention that you desire. Your mind and mindset will take center stage as your thoughts and eventually your energy will shift into a self reflected and more self focused mood. And the thoughts that you have around you could be a little bit critical or a little bit down. But remember that the lessons that you're learning are how you can improve your thoughts, how you can improve the way you study, and possibly there could be some lessons around the delays you have in evolving your mentality, involving your belief systems, right? But of course, there could also be delays in travel and in some plans to travel. So don't fret. It could just be that you need a little bit more time to prepare. So take the time to make sure everything is in its right place. The endings this month really center around relationships and partnerships, how critical you're being, and how the emotional bandwidth that you have to evaluate the goals around your mutual finances or the area of your love life come into center stage. The new moon is really about setting the right foot on your wealth. What are you doing to improve your wealth? What are you doing to increase your wealth? How can you set new goals on how you can do these things? And then, of course, there are possibilities that your career could improve and go into overdrive by the end of the month, but make sure that you are not deluded by your own illusions about your abilities. Make sure that you are fully clear about what you are able to accomplish. For my Cancers out there, this is your time to shine. This is your month. And although it begins rolling out a little bit slowly as the energy is still in Gemini, by the time the sun moves into Cancer, you'll have a total rejuvenation in all areas of your life, from friendships to your body to your thoughts to all the things that you need. It's a great time to pay attention to your dreams and to your sixth sense. And in love, your inner and emotional life with your significant other could take center stage, as well as your wealth may be more centered around how you can be more supportive of your significant other, as well as your emotional health. You may be in need of taking a long-awaited break to reflect and relax, as well as there may be lessons around you building your wealth and how you can build your wealth from others in your marriage, as well as through improving your incentives to earn. More importantly than ever, avoid unintended consequences by making sure that you are up to date with your payments, taxes, etc. This is a great time to take care of those things and possibly have good results in the end. The accumulation of wealth and the work routine that you have around it might not be healthy for your mindset. So keep that in mind as mid month, as you go in with the full moon in Sagittarius and make new plans about how to bring those things into balance. By the end, make sure you set make sure you set intentions around how you can transform yourself over the next solar year. Illusions around travel and study could really prove to be fruitful as you are able to take advantage of your thoughts becoming positive around traveling, around exploring the world. And most importantly, please keep your feet on the ground as it comes to this, because you could have a well laid plan that's full of unattainable goals. So, maybe you want to go to Bali, for example, and you might have to decide that you're not going to spend $10,000, that you're going to have to find a way to work around your own personal budget. And that's just an example. But hopefully, you guys take advantage of these wonderful dreams, of these wonderful step ups, and don't get too caught up in the illusion around what you are trying to achieve. For my Leos out there, your highlight this month is all around your retreating and preparing for your solar return. Although much of your thoughts will be around how you socialize, how you connect with others, you should really consider and take this time to create a break for yourself, take a vacation, find some peace, and really retreat from the normal, busy, crazy life that you usually have. In love, you will very much want to connect your friends and your loved ones to have some sort of gathering or connection and have some sort of engagement that helps you to socialize and dream. But remember that the lessons this month are all around your partnerships and marriage and how you contribute positively or negatively to the health of those relationships. This month could also lead to an ending in your romantic life, whether it's an ending to a stage in your life, like the honeymoon phase ends, or you have to seriously consider ending a relationship. You should relinquish some sort of hobby so you can gain the focus back on that area of your life. Remember, are your relationships important enough for you to let go of one or more aspects of your life so that you're able to focus on building? And most importantly, by the end of this month, it's time for you to set some intentions on how you will handle your mental health so you can strengthen your life and strengthen overall the way that you are living. Now, be careful around illusions and miscalculations around, the areas of, marriage, contracts, and taxes. It could be a good time to keep on top of your bills and really work on building a positive financial standing. Hello, Virgos. This month starts out with a focus on your career and moves into the area of your friendships and long term goals. A boost in your social life should be taken advantage of to accomplish the greater life goals that you have in your mind. Your mind will go from thoughts of travel and study and be more focused on a career path and creating the opportunities to grow your professional life. Growth in income from career is actually possible, so don't be afraid to ask for more moolah. In your love life, you may find yourself split between work and love or get distracted by a very attractive coworker. In the home, it may be time to close a chapter on a project or a disagreement with a loved one, but by the end of the month, it's time to set new goals around your long term dreams and your social life. Lessons are all about your health and well being and bringing them into balance. But be careful with illusions around your marriage, as well as you may be missing a key piece of information that is actually affecting your home life. And now for all my Libras, the focus this month moves from your travel plans and education into the area of your career and standing in the world. Thoughts linger on what you should have done and maybe should have been, and some regrets might be on the horizon. But as Mercury moves back into Gemini, you gain some perspective and a bit of positivity about what is to come in the future of your life and learning. And these things will be fresh on your mind. In terms of your love life, you may attract someone unexpected, either from a foreign land or in a foreign land. Either way, don't get carried away spending on study and travel, but you may have some luck when it comes to these areas as Venus moves into the ninth house. You may end a connection with a neighbor or have some sort of altercation when it comes to your local community or extended family. And by the end of this month, really make a plan around what you will do to improve your career and update your resume. And don't think twice about what you will do next. The lessons this month are around children and romance and can have a harsh undertone as Saturn retrograde may amplify the silent underpinnings of what you have longed for your future in this area of your life. Don't resist it, work towards it, and build a confidence to make your life better. Be careful as there are illusions when it comes to your health. This month, stay on top of your appointments and choose what activities you do wisely, as you may overestimate and overexert yourself in the area of your health. And now for all my Scorpio, this month slowly transforms from a focus of your inner demons and what your inner wisdom is into a more higher pursuit when it comes to transforming your values accordingly, pouring yourself obsessively into a course or studying something that helps improve your knowledge, and of course, assuming new spiritual perspective. With that in mind, it's time to focus on your love life or the lack thereof for some of you, as you will be swept up into cleanup mode and clear all the issues around your taxes and inheritances. In your love life, healing your unconscious thoughts take center stage, and you may be obligated to spend time on therapy or sort out some sort of training that can help you overcome your hangups. As well as this full moon in Sagittarius takes time for you to focus on shifting your values and maybe ending some shallow efforts in your values that you may have by the end of the month. You will be taking those values and solidifying these beliefs, and maybe even find a teacher to help you learn how to live your life with these new set of values. And you will be experiencing and exploring them throughout this year, as Saturn return amplifies the lessons in love and family and the values you have for both. There may be a disagreement about how you live your life and what you're purchasing, whether it's something to do with your family directly or indirectly. Be careful not to make an enemy of anyone else's ideas, as you may be misaligned and the opportunities to explore will be truncated by your own stubbornness. But be careful now as you come across this discussion with anything to do with your illusions around it, as illusions will be amplified in your fifth house with Neptune and Pisces. Something around your lover or your children may be very important information that you skip because you are thinking in the way you're thinking and not opening your mind to others' ideas. For Sagittarius, this month is all about other people's money and how you accumulate it, how you earn it, and how you ultimately pay off taxes in the process. Figure out the systems that you need to set up to make all of this work for you, as well as any sort of building and partnerships that you need to set up in order to get there. Your daily routine has been on your mind, but now your thoughts are squarely focused on the significance of others in your life and their needs. During the last few months of this retrograde, you may have had to reflect on how you've been neglecting your significant other, and now it's time to put them above everything else. Lessons this month center around your local community and what you're doing to improve your environment. Sagittarius are the activists of the zodiac. For you, are filling a role in your local community. It's like you feel you're unfulfilled in this area if you're not able to explore and learn about others and help them in some way. But I digress, as the Sagittarius full moon will have you looking into whether you are debuting your summer body. And the big reveal will be all around how you've built up since the Sagittarius new moon last year. Have you been focused on improving your health? Have you been focused on transforming yourself throughout this time and the different aspects of your life? Let's also look at the accomplishments that you have made and also take a real pat on the back, pat yourself on the back as to all the things that you have accomplished since all of this time. By the end of this month, this transformation comes full circle as you explore how you are changing mentally because of the goals you have set. And now you can set new goals on your mental health and physical health, as well as how you will be in your new state, in your new mindset. Be careful of the illusions around your home and family, as you may be missing vital information that could mean the difference between harmony and disharmony, misunderstandings that could lead to altercation. So be clear about how you're thinking around these areas. Capricorns, your daily life comes into focus at the beginning of the month, especially when it comes to your health. But by the end of the month, you'll be rejuvenating your love life and be less focused on the day to day. Your thoughts that have been centered around romance may have a fruitful ending, and you may be rethinking the rules that you've set around your love and life balance. Attracting someone and changing your habits to match this new person's energy make you feel more fulfilled, as well as overspending on these dates that you keep going on, the activities that you spend on your significant other, as well as maybe the pets that you share mutually. The full moon brings into focus your need to travel and disconnect with the world and recharge your battery. A vacation should already be planned or should be planned by this new moon. If you haven't already done so or have no plans of traveling, look at a way that you can unplug and enjoy the calming vibes of this full moon. The new moon brings with it some revitalization, like I said, back into focus about your significant other and the goals you've set around them. Sometimes for Capricorns, it's hard to leave their work and focus on their SO or the significant other, but it's time to really let those lessons stay aside so that you're able to give your energy to your significant other. The lessons this month also center around your spending and what you are truly valuing in the spending that you have. Are you focused on hoarding wealth and not enough is around you? Or is there a mindset of helping others and opening your net up? Or would you like to make more improvements to your local community, to yourself, to the people that you love? Remember, your work ethic is just not to improve your own standing, but also to help those around you. Find a way to use your money for the good and for the value while the Saturn is in retrograde. It will be a lot easier if you're able to spread your wealth and help others. But do not be discouraged by the illusions around what you may feel other people in your community are spending that money on. Your job is not to focus on whether or not they are spending it wisely, whether or not it's going to the right people. It's on helping the people you can. As much as you are a believer in the authority of the power of your wealth, you also know that your wealth should be used for good. And with the Aquarius, this month begins with a focus on your fun and really shifts into how you've been living your everyday life. Has fun actually set you back or has it moved you forward in your areas of your health? The progress that you've made since the sun was last in your sixth house has been full of fun and games, but have you taken your health seriously? Where are you when it comes to your overstretched imagination or time? Most importantly, have you put your passions into focus? Have you been able to use your passions for the betterment of your life, or have they become a burden? And really, are you plotting against yourself on how to make things happen and how to improve? And your thoughts are really tripping you up on how to bring balance and the longing you have to that balance into your life. Your friendships have also been solid, but this month it's important to realize who's really influencing you and maybe even moving away from the people you have chosen to associate yourself with, either physically or emotionally, or, breaking off relationships that may be too influential and do not respect your boundaries. Improve your work-life balance so that you can have more time in the areas of this life. The lessons this month center around your identity and how it is evolving. But be careful around the illusions of your values, as it may be that you are changing or shifting in values and you're still unaware of where to place your financial wealth or even your mental focus. You may rethink how you've been putting in most of the effort and thus the money that you've spent in your life. As your focus shifts from your family and loyalty into the area of your personal fun, your seriousness about life, and even your self esteem, it's time to enjoy your freedom and explore your hobbies. Even if your thoughts around money still are lingering about how to improve your home, it's important that you understand that wealth is not just for the idea of spending on your family. It's also for you to improve your own life. And this may come with some backlash as people may not agree with where your spending habits are going. But by the end of the month, it's time to set new plans around how you will be utilizing this newfound freedom that you have, how you will be creating the life that you desire and the life of your dreams, and improving your self-esteem along the way. Just be careful around the illusions that you have about your identity, and remember that you have to learn to walk before you run. I would like to thank all of those of you for listening today. And for next month's astrology, please look out for it coming up. Most importantly, if you are interested in having your own astrological readings, please go to the link in the description so that you can get your astrology reading. And now, have a wonderful month of June and good luck with all the transits. This has been Bella Star Astrology with your host, Stella.